Sign up now at elevate.miami.edu for my course, Organized Rhyme. At the word legacy, while involving some wordplay, I'll use the first syllable to build upon. We'll use the first syllable, leg. For the second syllable, we'll use an. And for the third syllable, we'll use the word knee. So now we have leg and knee. Can we use it in context with legacy? Let's just see. Wordsworth Productions with a S.com for all merch. I got 2 books available right now. What Words Are Worth Volume 1, and I also have a children's book called Socks. Age range from 12 to 15, so it's kind of like the middle school and high school age range, but adults can read it as well. What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of What Words Are Worth. And this was a long-awaited episode for me, man, because I like lyrics, as y'all know, man. I like lyricists that make me want to write. This is that type of lyricist that when I hear him rhyming, it makes me go, okay, there's another rhyme out there. That's what I'm always thinking of, like, what's the best rhyme, the best connection? And when you hear this artist rap, you know that he searched for the best rhyme that, you know, if he's rhyming with you, you gotta be worried about your situation, man. When he's rhyming, man, it's one of those things that he said verbal approach with surgical quotes. That's the rapping I like, you know. So, you know, this artist,
Let's
man,
go.
you know, I had to do my homework on him because he's also on a song, J Soul. We got a project together. He was like, I'm gonna get Jay Royale on that. I heard him rhyme his verse on there, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad hip hop is in good hands still. So welcome to the show, man. No other than the brother Jay Royale, man. Lyrics, man. Good morning,
East Baltimore's own, man.
man.
Thank you for having me, bro. Man, like I say, bro, man, I'm in a real privileged position to get to chop it up with really one of my favorite MCs, bro. I really championed you, man, since the MTV days, since the Lyricist Lounge days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, for real, like whatever machine. You know what I'm saying? That really was behind you. And I know it was organic because it was, you know, this was the year that, like, this is when independent was kind of like, what are these niggas doing? They really taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? So just the shit that you built off of the pen was just iconic, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is like the N1 era where it was like the year of the underdogs, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, your voice was distinctive. Your rhymes just set you apart so many ways. And yo, for real, just being a young MC aspiring to do this, like, yo, you really meant a lot to what I put into a pen, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yo, thank you, bro.
Yo, that same feeling is what I get when I hear you rap, man. So
yeah, man, full circle, bro.
Definitely. And this is why I wanted to do the show, right? I was contemplating what kind of podcast. I was like, I don't want to do a podcast about that. People was like, yo, you should talk about this. I was like, nah, what I'm passionate about talking is the process, how rhymes are coming up. And because you know what? People hear the bars, but they don't know what it takes for you to get to that bar. You know, they don't know the mindset. And I thought that was very interesting. So I want to start off first with this record that I just heard, you know, the networks. Yeah, man. So that joint right there just came out. I saw it was on the 16th it dropped.
Yeah, yup. And actually, let's get into that because what I'm doing with that is like I dropped the album called Criminal Discourse, and you know what I'm saying, just to I want to push the rewind button and stay on course of the whole, you know, the conversation as well.
Yeah.
So you know, with my albums, the way we construct the album and put an album together, I really, you know, I take themes and they're kind of like graphic novels. So it's more than just the music. One song is whatever it may be to you, but you know, in a Jay Royale project, one song is kind of just like a chapter of the book. You know what I'm saying? And this particular album called Criminal Discourse, it was about the evolution of the trap phone. We all know the first trap phones was kind of like, you know, the pay phones on the block. You know, that was the communication from, you know what I mean, the jails to the block to who was doing what. And as time, you know, evolved, you know, we got the the trap phones, and
Yeah.
the beepers, the pages, and the flip phones, and so on and so forth. So I just took the phone shit, and I did a lot with it. You got the money phone pick, what I mean? The niggas holding the bricks of money to their ear, and the perspective of, the authentic nigga looking at it like, yo, we not flashing money, to the YNs on some shit like, yo, we getting money. So it's just like,
Right.
we not disrespecting any perspective, but I felt like it deserved to be, spoke on or whatever. So the networks was actually a hidden track, because we still do hidden tracks. And
Right.
man, and we drop cassettes, we drop the vinyls, and we drop, CDs. So,
And
in
where
order to
can they get all that at? If I'm right.
J www.jroyale.com. That's going to take you to the Bandcamp. That's going to show you the physicals and so on and so forth. But you could do that, or a lot of shit gets sold out quick because what I'm saying, it's very limited, because we don't have the machines behind us. So what I'm saying, you could go on Discogs, you could go to the resellers and so on. So it's a lot of mom and pop store. I do my due diligence on getting the music out there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
For those that,
saying?
that are watching, I got the Bandcamp is on the, or it's right here on the video. For those
Check
that
it out.
are
Check for it.
driving and listening, he just told you the
Yeah.
website and everything, and we'll get back into the website and everything once again. Um, what I wanted to say, man, before we get
Yeah.
more into the writing approach and other
hmm
things, man, you're like the collab killer, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yo,
I broke all the rules, bro. I just broke all the rules. I felt like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yo, come on. Let's take it back to you, my nigga. When in the era where the only way to get the name out was sparring with the heavyweights.
for real.
That one line, it could be one line that's just impactful as fuck. And it's like,
Fact.
yo, who's this kid on the track with Talib Kweli, Most Def? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and the heavyweights of that time. And it's just like, I say to myself, like, all right, boom. It's a way to get my name out there, and I don't want to be the funny style nigga. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Put me in the game, coach, and I'm gonna give you. I want to give him the Iverson crossing Jordan up, but I still want to show Jordan that I love him after the game, bro. Nah, you created this, bro. Like, yeah, yo, I do this because of you, but you know what I'm saying. I wanted to put that extra oomph into it to let you know, my nigga. Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this shit too. You know what I'm saying, and not to take away nobody's shine, type shit. You
So
know.
what's your origin, and then also where you got the name from?
All right, so okay, my origin is I'm from Baltimore City, you know what I'm
Dope.
saying? I'm from the east side part of it, you know what I'm saying? But like, what I mean, throughout my trials and tribulations, I'm an old man now. So it's like, you see the wisdom, you
I
know what I'm
got it too,
saying?
brother.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's this rap shit that did it. But through my, what I'm saying, through my travels, you know what I'm saying, all around Baltimore City. So it's just like, I've been making my bones for a minute, you know what I'm saying, making my rounds, and at one point in time, it was like, it was big time shit to, kind of take your rhyme from Baltimore to New York, like
Yeah,
y'all the Mecca, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, to be heard and embraced, up north was a big deal at one point in time in my city, you know what I'm saying, and
yeah,
I just was like, yo, fuck it, we just gonna go full fledged. And I started making connections. My brother actually moved to Staten Island and then Harlem and the BX and shit. So it's just like, I had the place to lay my head. I would go, pause, and then what I'm saying, I would move around and from B more to New York, and it just started to make sense. I started using the lyricist lounge approach. Nigga, make your demo tight. You know what I'm saying? Make your shit fire and put that shit in the right hands. So I was just like, it was kind of like synonymous to shopping my demo. I was just
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I created this Jay Royale entity. My name is Justin.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Coming up, the basketball was J Rock. Lil J Rock, you know what I'm saying? So I tried to carry that over into my music. But in Baltimore, it was a hustling J Rock, it was a rap nigga J Rock, it was all sorts of these J Rocks. Cause it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a communal name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like Black or Spoon or something
Yeah.
like that. You know, you everybody knows one. So it's like, nah, yo, and then there was the West Coast nigga too. So you know what I mean? It was like, nah, bro, you gotta revamp the name and revamp the name and kind of, try to think more branding, you know what I'm saying? And branding yourself to where as though, the music would coincide with the rhyme, would coincide with the look, would coincide with the whole aesthetic. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where the Jay Royale shit came from. It was just like, I sat and just I spoke with niggas. I had a lot of I had a lot of names that just did me.
What's some of the other
Wait,
names?
all right, so check this out. This the one that you gonna laugh at, right? So, but Baltimore at one point in time, niggas would call it Peter Moore. You feel me? Like, yo,
Okay.
East Petermore. So I was like, yo, my name gonna be Peter Moore Johnson. My nigga, imagine call me. Imagine saying that shit. And
I
this
know,
guy
I
was like,
know.
yo,
You can hear
what's
how it
your
sound.
name? It's like, yo,
Yeah, we
what's
can
your
hear how it
name?
sound. That don't sound right. Yeah.
Beat him job like
Right.
I said that yeah get that shit the fuck out of here so yeah it was J Rock yeah I had wisdom and shit when it was the era the doing the
Yeah.
math and what I'm saying building and all I was like nah son, let me go ahead and keep that shit Royale you know what I'm saying and then the J and even with the Royale it's not so much I'm more just, just Royale. I knock the J off. And it's just like now that it created this little buzz behind it, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm comfortable with like, yo, Royale, yeah, yes, what's up? You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah,
and
man.
then niggas across the seas, Royale, they be they be wilding with the
Oh yeah,
name,
yeah, yeah.
they be trying flipping and bouncing and shit. Yeah, yo, so yeah, that's more or less it. You know what I'm saying? Making my rounds and creating a brand and just moving around with it the right way. So yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
It's definitely taking its beginning and now it's like really impactful. Anytime I mention your name or I see something with a feature or you on it, I gotta go check it because I want to hear what you're saying. So
I
that's what's so
love
dope
that.
about
I
it.
love that, bro.
Like
Thank you so much.
your writing style to me is intricate but clear. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
intricate, clear,
mm,
and it also can delve into so many pockets of different messages, and the
yeah,
diversity of the writing is dope. And it's hard to do sometimes with
yeah.
intricate wordplay, but like you're
Right.
able to flawlessly do that. So, how do you define your own writing style?
Yo, I just wow, that's a great question because you know, aside from me being an active artist, I'm just a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, coming up and just so many styles from you, man. Scales, Vinny Paz, the Jedi Mind Tricks, the Woo. You know what I mean? When I was young, bro, when I was young, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the 10th member or 11th member of the Wu Tang Clan.
Right.
So I had an older cousin named Malcolm. Shout out to my nigga Shug. He was like, little nigga, what you think they the only rap group out there? And he wasn't hating,
Yeah, yeah.
cause he was a woo nigga. But he like, nigga, you got the boot camp, nigga, you got these niggas, you got that. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this nigga's really right. You know what I'm saying? I'm drawing the Wu-Tang shine on my binders and shit like that. So then it's just like, all right, boom, I started really doing the knowledge on my Sean Price, my MF Doom, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just
Yep.
everybody who was a somebody moving around when you was when like the pen meant something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, being a fan of all of these styles and then, transitioning into having to find my own. It's like
Yeah.
I hear that beat or a feature or something, and it's just like, damn, yo, I could get into that bag real quick, just to pay homage, but then bring it back home to, I need niggas to know that that was a Jay Royale verse. So it's just like I could jump into a Method Man bag real quick, but then it's just like, man. for a bar or two and then bring it back home on some shit like, I can sprinkle it on there, but the recipe's mine. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure, for sure.
yeah, overall, you know what I'm saying? Like in boxing, I box and shit. So it's like a nigga told me, he's like, yo, if you see a nigga working on the bag and you see it move, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, take it and work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I would ask you, because it's wild you say this. I was reading
Yeah,
something yesterday, and somebody was mentioning like saying, complimenting something I had wrote, and I was like, that's dope. So then they was
yeah,
asking kind of like my favorites in a way, right? So I kind of know
yeah.
who made me. Who would you consider your puzzle pieces? Like you got that from
Oh
that
man.
person, you got that from
Oh
listening to that,
man.
because
Oh
that's what
man.
happens, right? Right, Jay? That's what
Right.
happens. We listen
It
to
is.
everybody, and then we go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that, add that to my tool shed. Let me get that right
Yeah.
there. And then
Yeah.
eventually you do become you. And then
Yeah.
you have all the techniques. It's like LeBron going to Elijah that he had to
I
go to
love
Elijah
it.
before he won the ring
Yeah.
to get his
Word
game, his
up.
post game. So what are
Yeah.
the puzzle pieces that make Jay Royale?
Man, yo, I could got like I got a I don't give a fuck type attitude, but from Old Dirty. You know what I'm
Dope.
saying? Throw him in there. I got a crayon. I got a crayon that consists of mad colors from half a mil AZ.
Woo.
Half a mil AZ. That's right there. Then you can put the ghost face Raekwon. That's the debonair. Sugar Hill Romello. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Smooth hustler with the part in his head type. Yeah, man, it's that type of Steve. You know what I'm saying? Like the word with the words. I get a lot of the Raekwons, you know what I'm saying? Like they compare the Raekwon, like, yo, you Baltimore's Raekwon, I don't know where that come from. Shout out to Ray. He even like I did a paying homage freestyle and he commented on that shit. Like conversations with bro. So you got that in there. Punchlines. I want yo, it's like and I'm not being that guy, but like a mad skills you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sprinkle that punchline to where it's though. I remember y'all did a joint. After each punchline, it was like a round of applause. Nobody ever did that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it
Yeah.
was also shit like the punchlines mean something. You know what I'm saying? To which though it's just like we all know that they mean something, but when y'all put them on the forefront, it's like yo that shit. No matter how you would approach, throwing a punchline in there, it doesn't have to be a whole 16 bars worth
Right.
of punchlines. But it's like you could throw that one impactful one in there and say, "Yeah, I do punches too." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yo, all of y'all niggas, bro. I got a Royce the Five, you know what I mean, type vibe with me. I gotta, it's some joints I go with the Nas, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I can hear, and
The
it's dope because I can
yeah,
hear all of that when you're
yeah,
saying it. That's what's so
right,
dope about it because I can hear the
yeah,
swag and all that. You style on it.
yeah,
That's how it is. That's
yeah.
you
You
got
got
you got
to, and
styles when you're rapping.
I'm from
Um,
that era where niggas, I got mad different styles. Like that still means something to me
yeah,
because it's like, yo, when you put together an album, there are some people that hear that shit and be like, yo, hey, joint sound the same. Like,
yeah,
like track 1 to track 15, it's just like, all right, I get it, bro. Like I get that you can rhyme, but
right.
are you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, where's the switch up? Where you taking me on this roller coaster ride or this adventure? The way it's though it's like, nah, that verse crazy, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like hip hop quotable type shit, or that type of shit though. You
So
get it though.
yeah, when you're writing, how are we writing today? As far as are you still traditional with the paper pen, or you on a phone and computer, or in your head? You don't write, on paper at all. How does that come about?
Well, nah, and yo, I never really championed the whole, yo, I don't write shit because I'd be like, the more we did the, I don't write shit, it just started sounding like it. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree,
I never,
brother.
yeah, I never wanted to, I never wanted to, to walk that path and say, yo, what? Oh yeah, yo, I only been right. Nah, bro, write
Yeah,
your shit,
it
bro.
wasn't good for
Write it, bro.
everybody. It wasn't good
It
for
was
everybody.
not.
People
You know what I'm
people
saying?
started making it like a badge of honor.
Yeah, no, bro, sit down and write, bro. It's cool to write. So, I like to be in the elements, and yeah, I put my my Twitter thumbs be working on the phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just jump on a bus, you know what I mean, and just see the city moving and breathing and shit, and then I incorporate that with thoughts and shit like that, and I just put it together. Or I will hear dope nigga go in, and I'll be like, I would have said that like this. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Same perspective, same topic, but I take that, rearrange that here, you know what I'm saying? And be like, I would have said that like that, and it hit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's like, nah, yo, respect for you saying it like that, 'cause I felt that, but let me give you my rendition on how I'd have said that shit, you know what I'm saying? The type
Yeah.
shit. So
And
yeah, man, I pull from whatever energies are out there. You know what I'm saying? Jigga said, the fuck he say, damn, yo, he had a line where he be like, yo, you couldn't see a punchline if it was right there in your face type shit, and I was like, oh, all right, so they everywhere. They really are everywhere. It's up to you to catch that, lightning and put it in the bottle and really put it to use.
and then there was a time with when, I would say that artists such as ourselves, because we came up in a certain era of, like you said, there was an era when it was like intentional punchline, and then we learned over
Yeah,
time that a punchline doesn't have to be a like or as. It could actually just be something that's very thoughtful and thought provoking. And we
profound.
started
Yeah,
learning like, oh, okay, well, let's
yeah,
search a little bit deeper on the writing aspect. But you
fact.
saying like, you might travel or get on a bus and just go places or just get it, writing the rhyme. How long
Hmm.
does it take you to write a verse or a song?
Well, see, what I do is, what I'm saying, it's just like, like I say, through my travels, I'll every day I'm putting together a two bar situation. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So when it comes time for me to sit, like, and actually execute, I'm not the guy that is just like, all right, bro, you got 5 minutes. Pen me 6-track EP. It don't work like that, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for me
saying?
neither.
It's yeah. It's not. I'm not going to give you that because I'm not going to say I'm not a perfectionist. But even with math, once you come up with the sum, you got to break that shit down to the lowest common denominator. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even when you develop that fire bar. You know what I mean? Is it enough syllables to catch that beat? You know what I'm saying? Does it punch impactfully with the cadence, and does it follow the stanza that you've been writing this verse? You know what I'm saying? So it's so many more elements than just crafting the perfect situation of a bar, or that metaphor, or that punchline, or the message that you're trying to convey. You know what I'm saying? All of these things have to add up and be thrown into the gumbo. So, you know what I'm saying? When I have my heart set on, you know, the song, I'll once I hear the beat, I know I get that cadence, and I get the direction of where I'm going in it. And like I say, as I'm traveling, it's just like, oh, yo, that would be perfect for this one song I'm writing. It's right up that alley. It's talking about alcoholism, or this joint is talking about, that suave, debonair yacht. You know what I'm saying? Vacation. Yeah, all right, so it's like it's right up that alley, and it's just like that mental Rolodex. It's like, oh, yeah, 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 I got that Wordsworth feature. I know he happy
Mhm.
with that. Let me put that there, and then you put it to the test, and then you chisel it down. It's like an ice sculpture. It'll start with the block, but then
Right.
you gotta chisel that motherfucker down to where as though it's all smoothed out and it fits perfect. So it's just like, yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Any and everything could be applied, but it's just like, nah, well, it makes sense. I could give you a bar. I could give you a 16, just full of, hey, y'all woke up, I drank milk, I ate
Right.
eggs, niggas ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm saying? I could paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all in how you do it and how you perfect it. So it takes me a minute depending on the you know, the objectives that I have to
I
hit,
was gonna
you
say
know?
that. I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
that. So I was
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
say, with time and being like as lyrical as you are,
Yeah.
you know, with your own stuff, there's a different time frame probably because you have
Oh
that
yeah. Oh
rhythm, right?
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
with features, they sometimes have their deadline, and then you might deal with
Yeah.
some corporate stuff. How
Yeah.
do you ever feel like you lose the integrity in it? Or here's another is wild, right? Because when you have this time frame, let's say Coca-Cola hit you,
Yeah.
you know, and you write the rhyme that's due tomorrow, because whatever it is, do you feel like um the Coca-Cola rhyme is still as potent as the time you would have for your own personal stuff? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
an
about?
amazing. Yeah, that's an amazing question. Yo, think of a desk. Think of a desk where you got the post-its. You know what I mean? You got work
Okay.
piled up on your desk. Yeah, if Coca-Cola come on, yo, we got all of that shit gets pushed to the side. All right, then
Yo,
we talking to this the money check. You know what I'm saying? All right,
right.
all right, I'm back and forth. You got the trash can with the balls of the paper by it because I'm cramming now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in the mental Rolodex and I'm all right. Yeah, this'll work. All right, this'll work.
Yep.
But at the same token, let's bring it back to the boxing. You know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Mm.
So a feature comes and it's just like, bro, what do you charge for a feature? Like, yo, it depends on how much work I gotta do. Let me hear what
Yep.
we doing. You know what I'm saying? And it be the niggas like, yo, do me a favor. All right, bro, what we got going? Oh, the setting is Mars. You're a fucking air. And it's like, bro, here we go. You know what I'm saying? But then it's just, you know what I'm saying? Some cats come with the regular boom bat, go
Yeah.
crazy. And it's like, yo, I love this. I love this. It be the niggas like, yeah, yo, you my nigga. Yeah, And then it's like, soon as they give me the assignment, the second day, yo, how you coming along with that bird? Yo, how you coming along? Bro, I'm never going to get this shit done. Do you want me to just rhyme you to, and then, no disrespect about
I know what you're
like, you
saying
know what I'm
though.
saying? Yeah, I get lost in my work because it's just like, it's never a dull moment where I'm not applying some sort of pressure to myself and to a
Yeah.
verse. But you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear that you're not working on my verse. You know what I'm saying? And
Got you.
the crazy thing about me, bro, is I've never in my would-be rap career have I ever posted, I'm doing features. Never in my life. Niggas jump in the inbox, yo, what is it? That's not a flex, bro.
Right.
That's me embracing the blessing that came from being able to do this. I thank everybody that, jumps into my inbox and wants a verse. And so you can't win them all. I've got so lost in it the way as though it's just like, like, yo, I apologize to cats. Like, look, I'm getting to it and so on and so forth. But it's kind of like I'm not about to say that's how I make my living, but that's how I stay sharp. That's how,
Yeah.
I try to stay relevant. And, in between me, actually being meticulous about my own shit, that's how I try to stay afloat. All right, you give me the assignment, pass me the baton, and we off to the races, bro. But yeah, it's all
Yeah.
hip
I,
hop.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting to hear that from you, because I think sometimes you know, people may assume that these rhymes you just coming up with, just like chefing it up mad fast. And sometimes I think people need to kind of understand that there is a method to the madness. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, and
There's
and
a
and
method
the,
to the madness,
that
man.
one
You're
that
not
they
just
don't because it's levels. You got the guy that's just a fan of, yo, what's Jay Royale going to say next, and I thank them.
yep.
Then you got the feature that's, are you going to kill me on the track? I need to know. I need to hear your verse. So if you did kill me on the track, I could go back to the drawing board and revamp my verse so that you didn't kill me on the motherfucking track.
Yeah.
And then then it's the guys that's, yo, we're just waiting on your verse to get this album done. Then you submit the verse, then the album doesn't come out till 2 years later. And it's like, I get it, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, that's why that's why I wanted to do this like part of the show, like just the show
Yeah.
and was just those there's so many dynamics to what
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Royale has to do when you ask
Mm-hmm.
for a verse. And
Yeah.
that assumption is I'm asking for my verse sometimes, I think by people. So I'm expecting it within the next day or two.
Yeah.
Sometimes they may forget like you're living
Mm-hmm.
life in some regards and just kind of like the expectancy
Bro.
is kind of pushed up there. So
Yeah.
when you're writing, what is it? Is it chorus or verse first? What's your preference with that?
Well, I really the verse is everything. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? The verse is everything. As far as the chorus, you know, as time progressed, you got the lazy way. You got the cut man that can jump in there and just let's just keep the well-oiled machine going. Get the cuts going. Um, you got joints that deserve that posse, the crowd participation. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
say what
yeah,
I say. When I move, you move. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the street anthem shit. You know what I mean? It's so bro. Everything is in my mental Rolodex. And it's like as soon as I hear the beat and the temperament of the music, I know exactly what it deserves. But
right.
when working with other people, that's where it's just like, bro, you don't hear that? Like, and it tells me how big of a hip hop fan a lot of people are. It's like, nigga, you don't hear the MOP in this? Like, you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
hear the baka, baka, baka. You don't hear that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like some niggas get it, and the answers are highlighted. So some niggas just don't. And I don't even mean to cut you off or nothing. But on the flip side, me being a avid artist that I love working with bigger artists and features and so on and so forth. So it's like when I create a joint for you to rhyme on, bro, it's laid out. It's laid out. I'll give you my verse. I'll give you the hook. I'll give you the space you need. But everything you need, all you gotta do is leave the fucking house and be inspired, bro. Be inspired. Feel your 16 button. Take your time. Whatever you
yeah,
gotta do. Write your rhyme. Take your time. That's how I provide. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the job is if I, I just I really try to craft around what I know an artist can do. You know what I'm saying? Working with certain guys and you know what I'm saying, me knowing I only reach out to a certain few that, you know, I've been a fan of or supported my whole rap career. So it's just like I already know what you're capable of. Let me throw if I throw that alley oop and lob that shit perfectly, I know that your motherfucking ass can dunk,
yeah.
nigga. So it's the dunk is laid out, the highlight is laid out. It's some cats, and I mean big time cats. Bro, you sure this what you want to submit? All right, there you go. And then I would take shit and rewrite my shit around theirs to make it
Okay.
even, what I'm saying, to make it cohesive. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, the bigger the artist, I know, nigga, you ain't got no time. Give me the throwaway. If that's how you gotta do it, whatever. We're gonna make it a dope song overall. Cause I used to think with the mentality of yo, killing that nigga on the track, or am I gonna get killed? And now it's like, nah, bro, how can we make this shit fly? How can we make this the street anthem that it's got to be, the street banger that it deserves to be, or that independent underground hit that I know it could get some numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to do any and everything to make certain shit fly. You know?
Yeah, I like how you
Yeah,
mentioned like if you got to go back and like fix the track kind of to revise it. So,
yeah, yeah.
what's your revision process like when you're writing the bars? Or is it like everything you keep? Because some people keep everything, or is it like, you know what, it's a better
Bro.
combo, or like, this line is fire, but I think there's a better combo. Let me dwell on that. How do you know when that rhyme is kind of done?
Well, yeah, bro, with the actual verse, I've never on everything. I've never switched a verse. You know what I
Wow.
mean? As far as you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't as men, I don't ever want you to feel like, nah, yo heard the first switch this shit. He know better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of thing. But like let's say I gave you a verse and you're the feature, and at the end of your verse, you say something like all water. You know what I'm saying? Just and I only say that because you know.
Yeah.
But let's just say that your last few bars are water. Okay, that's it right there. Let me revamp how I end my verse to where it's though all water. So it sounds like we were in the studio, had the
I
discussion
got
about
you.
water. Now we got a track called H2O, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying, the high tide. We could call it the high tide. And now this song has a theme because all right, boom, I ended my verse a certain way, but you ended your verse a certain way. You're the bigger artist. So you know what I'm saying? It's just little meticulous things to sprinkle on it to say, all right, boom. You know,
And what are you
now it
doing?
has a theme.
What I'm pardon me. I know it's like a little delay, but what are you doing
Yeah.
when you're writing the verse for your own songs and just for you? What's that revision process like when you're just working on your own?
Oh yeah, it's me playing chess with myself. You know what I'm saying? It's me, having this theme, this overall I have a mental health album that's about to drop called Woes of the Creator. You know what I'm saying? And it's just left of all of the street shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how do I attack this vision and still remain me? You know what I'm saying? And each song, like I say, it's not even about song structure anymore, or it is about song structure, but each song is a chapter of this novel now.
Hmm.
So in writing these songs, am
Yeah,
I staying on course with the flow of the overall narrative of the you know what I'm saying, the theme and shit like that? So it's just like it's challenging for me as a creating writing process to stay within this theme, but still take you somewhere.
yeah,
I want you to know that this movie is a romance movie, right? But in this romance movie, there's an action scene.
yeah,
But then it comes back to the couple. You know what I'm saying? I had to take you on this journey, but still make it a romance film, like true romance. Think of that.
yeah.
It takes you everywhere under God's. It's just a cult story, prostitution, but it's all about love at first sight. So how do I take you on this roller coaster ride, but then bring you back home? Like, yo, that was a wild journey, but
Are
you
you
did it.
deleting? Are you like changing lines and
Yes,
like
yeah, yeah, bro. Um, I can honestly say for every song that we actually put out there to the world, there's probably a good three versions of it.
oh
And
wow.
yeah, I'm an '80s baby, so I still live by the maxi single, the the A side, the B
Yeah.
side,
The
the lunch
maxi
table
single.
hip hop side, the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
boogity. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit can be something, and bro, it's the rules have changed. There are no rules, my
yeah.
nigga. I could drop this song in its rawest form and call
Facts.
it that. And that might be the one that flies. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, we want to do it the sophisticated way. We want to do it the nigga way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We want the remix. We want the singing the ballad way. You know what I'm saying? But whichever one you like, take it and jog to it on the treadmill, work out to the MOP version, the rah rah version. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Well, before you get in there and spar while you shadow boxing, listen to whichever version you like. But it's like we'll drop the one that we saw fit. But as time progresses, it's like the director's cut. This the shit you didn't see.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
fire
saying?
though.
This the shit that,
Yeah.
yeah, this the shit that we threw away. But you know what I'm saying? You as the the listener, you deserve to hear, some of the trials and tribulations now that, what we saw fit did whatever it is it did. Now, these are the mistakes we made. This is the transparency that, some artists had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Some
And then
beats,
okay,
it'll be the same song, different beat on some shit like you'll write it, and then that producer come along like, I was making this shit thinking about you. Like, yo, oh, that's it. Eureka. So it's like, yeah, it's a crazy elimination process. And like, fuck a yes man, I don't want to, don't tell me it's dope because you my cousin's cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you nod your head to, and what would you say? Nah, yo, 86 that. That's what we had to, you know what I'm saying? my
and
son
then
just my son
oh,
my son just woke up, he trying to be nosy.
nah, it's all good.
Yeah, nah, we good though.
What's the as far as delivery? Are you with punching in, or you got to do it straight through?
Okay. So I'm not a puncher. I'm not a puncher. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I've been trying to get my health together. You know what I'm saying? I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
I've been, getting my wind together and all this, that, and the third. But this is how I record. I record in threes. I
Nice.
record in threes. You know what I'm saying? So each verse is done three times. You know what I'm saying? And we'll focus on tone, we'll focus on swag, we'll focus on enunciation, and that those first two, it'll probably be like, yo, let me just get the verse off. I just want to get the verse off to know that I'm landing everything right, and to know that I said it right, and that everything falls into the beat. That second one might be that, where you put in your little, the word heaven, the heard niggas, the heard you know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah,
put in that extra, that impactful feeling into it. And then it's like, once you get it all down on how you want to convey it and how you want to say it, you know what I'm saying, that tone. Because it's like every rap isn't a battle rap, you know what I'm saying? Every verse isn't meant to, it's not a war cry for MCs to steer clear. You know what I'm saying? Some of
yeah.
some of these joints are heartfelt joints, and some of these joints are, you know what I'm saying, my perspective, or profound, like we was just saying. Some of them, they require more than just hey yo, I get on the mic and then I elbow your forehead, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, some shit don't require that. You know what I'm saying? Some of them require that, yo, that heart to heart, yo, just like walk with me,
And
talk with
when
me.
you
You know what I mean?
you do the three layers, right? Do
Yeah,
you wind up? Some people do that surgery with it, right? They'll do
we
three
do. We
and then
do. And
keep
and that
two.
middle part, that
Okay,
middle part, that middle part that sounds beautiful, but I coughed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yo, come on. Yeah, then yeah, we play jingle with it because it's,
okay,
yeah, and like I say, at the end of the day, even the scrap work can be, nah, nigga, this what it sound like before you heard it. I'm
yeah.
glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you fuck with the actual verse. Check what we went through. And I got a distinctive voice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
got
for
a,
sure. I definitely
yeah,
want to big you up on
yeah,
the voice,
yeah,
man. The voice
yeah.
is fire. You know, when you come on the
Ah,
track, man, your voice is
and
fire, and it
bro,
matches the delivery, and it just that's the thing about it too. Like listening to you rap is not
yeah,
for me. The rhymes are dope, but like
right.
it's finding your voice with your rhyme is a whole
Oh
nother thing for
man.
people. You know,
I
that's a whole nother thing. But yes, your voice, man, is one of the
my
dopest
voice
voices on the
my
track, bro.
voice has taken me through hell and high water, bro. And the thing about, yeah, I talked to my brother Mickey Diamonds, you know what I mean? He's another one with the crazy voice type shit. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, until you hear, until you're heard by that many people to compliment your shit, it's like, bro, yo, no drinking, no yelling. Like, yo, before studio session, like, yo, relax. You know what I'm saying? Because this is
Yeah,
like, yo, you learn that, like, I hated my voice. Like, I just hated it. And then, the Jada Kiss, that shit. Now that's all, that's branded. Stan, the raspy. So it's just
Yeah.
like now in hip hop, nobody can have a fucking raspy voice because Jada can. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to fill some shoes, my nigga. These Tims is mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
I think
like,
over time,
yeah,
man, like your work always
yeah,
does that. Like I
yeah,
learned that too, right? Like the more you put
yeah,
out music and the more things you do, people start being able to make the separation on their own.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so what it's like for you with the writing in the studio, or you prefer to write at home and then go to the studio?
Yeah, I'm out the way, bro. I actually, bro, I'm a working man. I write at work, bro. I write at
Oh,
work.
no.
Yeah, I'm never at work mentally, bro. So I'm only I'm only here to pay bills, bro. I'm on stage in front of 20 million people. You know what I mean? On my
Yeah,
DMX shit in the red jumper with the strap over my shit. I'm, I'm making the crowd move wherever I'm at. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like even when even when I'm listening, even when I get lost in my headphones and listen to my own music, you know what I'm saying? It's always on some shit. I'm rapping with the guy rapping, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
yeah,
like, that's how I can pull the cadences because it's like, yeah, I like how they did that, you know what I'm saying? I like how they put that together. Let me put that in my sauce. Let me try my one of my own type shit because that's actually how I learned to write rhymes, you know what I'm saying? Just by, just constantly listening to a grand poobah joint just so I can know the words instead of writing them down. It's like
yeah.
I listen to it back to back to back, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I learned the Mary J. Blige verse as a kid. It's like, bro, so now
That used to be a thing, man. And what's so
yeah.
funny, even if when dudes is trying to get with girls in high school, you might show up with the lyrics, and the girls would have the
Son,
lyrics read. It almost was like you was trying to show, yeah, I got all the
yeah,
lyrics to the song, and the girls might be like,
exactly.
oh, you got the
Down
lyrics.
down pat, son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now
that
a,
was a
ch-
thing.
a chick hit me one time with this like in school. She wrote me a note, and then I showed my cousin. She like, man, it's the lyrics to a song. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
she like,
Yo,
she really
that
pulled
used
the
to be
B
a
on
thing.
me and shit.
That used to be a thing, yo. The writing the lyrics. Um,
Yeah, yeah, real talk. That's part of
so
our childhood.
what about if you go to the studio,
Yeah.
do you write on spot? And what's the atmosphere for you with writing? Do you like when a lot of people are there? Or you like being by yourself?
Well, okay, so alright, so like we were saying, if I'm on a time frame, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right, boom. That whole week, I've been putting together my little, my one line is da 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 da. Da. And then it's just like, all right, yo, come on, let's get this done. I come to the studio. And
Okay.
yeah, some endings or some, you know what I'm saying, I revamp it the way as though we're leaving with a finished product. So more or less, I like to zone out, you know what I'm saying, and be on my own because I'm around a lot of different hip hop artists too, and it's just like I wanna set myself apart. So it's just like I don't want a nigga to think, you know what I'm saying, like we think alike. We don't think
Yeah.
alike. You
And
know what I
then
mean?
are you in the
We don't think
studio?
alike.
Because I tell people all the time, like there's a not I don't want stigma, stereotype around what
Yeah,
a hip hop studio is like. Some people
yeah,
might think like it's a lot of smoking and drinking and crazy stuff going on. And then you
yeah,
talk to artists and they be like, I might have a few people that, like how it used to
yeah,
be is
yeah,
kind of
and
different.
that's
Plus we're older. So it's like,
right. And
what's your
I've been
atmosphere in there?
through. I've been through every era of, of, how to conduct in studio etiquette is what we call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been around, I've been around to being in the booth and 40 niggas outside of it. Like, that shit was great. I've been
Right.
there and I've done that. But now that, my etiquette with studio is really going in there and getting the work because, at one point in time, it was big money and people having a studio and running them. So
Well,
that 40 $50 an hour. Yo, come on, be it a verse hook. Like I just want to keep shit rolling and just get my shit off and do as much as I can to where as though I could. My thing was, I would always write my shit, so it's like hearing it in your head and actually hearing that shit in your headphones, hearing yourself in your headphones, it's
Yeah.
like it's way different. So now it's like I could take that home and I know what to work on my next verse to really complete the song. And then, I didn't like coming back and having to, reconstruct too much because I
Yeah.
didn't want to spend too much on it. You know what I'm saying? So now that the studio shit has dwindled down to as though any and everybody have a studio, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's better for me, like, real intimate, you know what I'm saying? I be having my son, and we bought our own studio equipment. My producer lives right up the street from me. So, you
No.
know what I'm saying? We'll set up the time, and yeah, sometimes we'll have company just to show them, like, yo, this is what we've been getting to. So it's kind of like we'll provide, like, sort of like a listening session, just to get,
Fire.
just to see, the head nod factor of certain shit. And you know what I'm saying? I'll stay quiet and let them, yo, give me that back. I want to hear that back. Yo, you killed that. Who's that? And da 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 da. And get them to run down on what we doing and shit, just to get the temperament. And then, when we have everything, we'll showcase it and put together, like, bigger studio sessions or listening sessions to where it's though, like, all right, boom, now that we've made, some progress, this is where we're going with this album. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we start inviting, the party, more or less. But it's real intimate. It be me, my son, it be my producer, and we'll sit there and, like, yo, chopping shit up, cut and paste, you know what I mean? Whatever we gotta do to, and then it's like we'll be watching the TV and shit, we'll have shit
Right.
on, and yo, give me that, yo, what he just said, well, sports, whatever. And sometimes we'll incorporate that shit. It's just
Yo,
it's
that's funny
love,
you
bro.
say that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a friend, he said he was in a studio session engineering
Yeah,
and Jay-Z was there.
it's crazy.
Jay-Z walks in the lounge and they turn the TV off and Jay was like, "Yo, turn that back on. I might see something on there." So
See,
like, yeah.
it's
And
everything. It's
yeah.
a it's a bar. It's a bar right in front of your face, bro. And it's up to you to catch it. It's up to you to catch it. The world is going to be worlding. It's going to be moving. And it's like that's another thing that we ain't covered because it's just like sometimes I'll start a verse,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes I'll start a verse, or I'll have a body of work. But prior to dropping, the climate of the streets might change. A worldly event. Things might happen. It's just like, nah, we
Yeah.
gotta speak on this. We gotta speak on it. Think of Uncle Murder or Mad Skills prior to
Wrap up.
dropping, the wrap ups. And up until the day that they record that motherfucking wrap up, it's like you really gotta pay attention to, the nigga news. You gotta
Yeah.
look at what's going on, who won the game, the Ravens missing a fucking field goal. You know what I'm saying? That shit weighs heavy on, the climate of how impactful your rhyme or, your perspective on, what's going on in the streets.
So being
That
that
it could change that.
you're staying up on these current events and everything, are you writing to the beat or you use rhymes that you may have prepared or you do both?
Both. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Who got the word first this morning? I woke up and did some shit with Wordsworth. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could just jump out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, today I did this. And it's like, it has to be documented in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like even this could be chopped up, and I could create an EP out of this. You know what I'm saying? To sit
Yeah.
down. It's just whatever you're inspired from. You know what I'm saying? Take that and put everything on the chopping block. I I value the guy that gets too much. You know what I'm saying? That gets too much content and has to, like, and not be able to get it all out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy. Or some shit like everything could be put to you. I got ideas from middle school. I'm just getting off. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because it's and now the world is ours for the taking. We can do whatever we want. And even though they trying to pull the plug, it's like I don't even want to go down this wormhole. But it's like even though they trying to pull a plug on, the hip hop and, us having a strong voice in it,
Mhm.
it still won't happen, bro. It still won't happen. It still won't happen. You know what I'm saying? Look at Demolition Man. It's like on the street surface, they living like this, but underneath that ground, it's like, nah, nigga, it's a whole different world going on right here. So the people that really love it is really gonna keep thriving. You know what I'm saying? And the people that do away with it. It's like I see the transitions now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But yeah, it's
And
all
then
for the yeah.
how you pick beats? And
Oh man.
how you pick beats and how many you like sent to you? So, because you know how that is, brother. Sometimes you
I
get
yeah,
one or two,
swamp.
and then somebody will send you like 100, and you be like,
Yeah.
you know,
Swamp, bro. Swamp. I got this young guy and he's actually who I'm doing this next album with. Oh man, throughout the day, 100 beats. And I just set them to the side. Like, bro, I'm writing to I'm doing this right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's up to you. It's up to you to, kind of like pull the plug on being flooded. Like I'm not gonna overwhelm myself. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I'm not overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on a calorie deficit or if you're on a diet and they're just all right, yo, and they're just throwing orders your way, it's just like, bro, I don't care. I'm not eating that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm full. You know what I mean? So it's like it's knowing when to back up from the table or back away from the plate. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I really just try to be I try to be cool about it. But like you say, bro, it's some of them, some beats are just wow. Some of them will just get you to writing right there, and just like we just said, some beats, some rhymes that you've been working on. It's just like the love interest is looking for his other half. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They're in search for that person. Even if you try that rhyme over this beat or that beat, and it's just like it's just not it. And then that one person comes, and it's just love at first sight. That marriage is made. That's just how it is with certain beats. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's what I've been looking for this whole time. And you can hear it. You could be surfing through Instagram, bro. I'm jumping in inboxes, bro. You know what I mean? My name's Jay Royale. I don't know if you know me or not. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to this is what I'm able to do with one of your beats. I want you to check out what I've done. You know what I'm saying? I come in peace. But
yeah.
that beat, how do we go over? You know what I'm saying? Is there a balance? Is there money? Do you just want to work? You know what I'm saying? Bro, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
I
above and
think they're
beyond to get
finding
that
more
beat.
myself too. I find more producers now on Instagram. That's kind of why I'm
Yeah,
bumping into the producers on social media. You
yeah,
know, you gotta if you got a timeline that kind of the algorithm knows, oh, okay, he likes listening to instrumentals, hip hop instrumentals. Let me send this producer here, let me send that producer
yeah,
here, and
yeah.
get me check them out. How about do you like the beats with drums or no drums? Do you make beats?
I
You
do
make
not. I do
okay.
not make beats, bro. Bro, I try. I kind of take pride a little bit in I'm not after the popular guys. I'm more though, you know what I'm saying? I'm more or less I know you hungry. That hungry,
Mhm.
be it MC, be it producer, be it DJ, those hungry motherfuckers will get you that what you need that's going to trap that song or that body of work that's it's going to age very well. It's going to age very well. To where as though the more popular guys, it's just like they know that they got a name. So it's like I could throw you first beat backwards, the shit that I don't even really give a fuck about.
So
It's me. It's me. You know what I mean?
do you like the new wave of the no drum beats? Do you
Um I've put it to work, but I don't what I do is this. I try to let the people know that I can attack that, but I don't want to overdo it. So it's like it'll be that interlude where it'll be one of those, the ways though you got your A side of a vinyl, and then you got your B side. So then I'll use that drumless loop to really transition the two and segue into it the way as though it's like, this nigga even threw a little bit of that rock us up in there. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
The
yeah,
way as
yeah.
though I could have a conversation over that and give you that vibey, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I don't wanna oversaturate anything too much when it comes to making a cohesive album. I want you and that guy to have a favorite joint on it. You know what I'm saying? I want the drumless loop guy to say, "Nah, yo, you killed that."
Yeah.
I want the heavy drum guy to say, "Nah, yo, track 7, yo, them drums was nasty." I
And
need that.
you were talking about earlier putting together this project, and like, you were saying it's like novels. What were you saying? How you describing it?
Like graphic novels. Yeah,
Graphic novels. So
yeah.
the
The chapters take you
storytelling,
somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. How important is storytelling for you? With writing these bars, with the intricacy that you have, and the songs, man, they're very graphic.
Yeah.
Storytelling. How much pride do you take in that when you're writing?
Well, it's funny you ask that because, a lot of people think, a lot of people, when, first off, storytelling is very important. Storytelling is very important. It's the greats have done it. I wouldn't say it's a requirement. You know what I'm saying? But but if you can do it, take those people on the journey. Take those people to that journey that's in your heart. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny you say that because it's like I didn't find my niche in that shit early on because I ultimately thought that storytelling was the rhyme that said, once upon a time, not long ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it would had to be that story, or the Joe Button shit where he just give you the story. But it's like I found the way where I can tell my story with a series of songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's still the journey. It's still the journey. It's still the novel. It's still chapter one, scene one, act three. You know what I'm saying? It's still all of that you need, but it's my form of it, DVD form, chat. You know what I'm saying? The director's cut. It's movie type shit. You know what I'm saying? It like written for you in like a Dino Goings type of fashion. It's
yeah,
very graphic. It's very dark. It's very outside. It's what you see outside. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And the mentality of, yo, you're writing about drug dealing. You ain't no kingpin. Nigga, you wrote about a gun. You ain't killed nobody, bro. That shit is going on outside of my door daily, bro. I'm telling you what it is. That this is the environment that I live in. I'm trying to make it out of that. But I'm not about to sit here and undermine what the fuck I see daily. What you
right.
see daily, because you know what I'm saying? I ain't killing nigga. I ain't about to kill a nigga to be able to talk about it, bro. Nah, that's not
Yeah,
happening.
I
You know
love
what I'm saying?
listening to how you rap because you're able to weave in everything. You're able to weave in
It gotta be
how
told.
dope you are,
Yeah,
what's going on in the neighborhood,
yeah.
what's been on your mind, what you've been thinking about, contemplating. So how do you stay motivated? What are you doing on a daily basis with, first of all, there's so many albums out, brother. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's hard to even hear everybody albums right now. Like it just
yeah,
really is. Some people
yeah,
dropping 3 albums a month, and
yeah,
you got this artist. We work, both of us
yeah.
work. So it's kind of like, when do I got time to listen to all these albums to stay motivated and then write my stuff?
Boxing, bro. It always goes back to boxing, bro. If you ever find yourself in trouble, you always go back to the jab. Always go back to the basics. You always go back to that 1-2 hook. So it's like, bro, whenever I get lost, I go back to what I know, bro. I go back to the things that I know. Storytelling. Where you gonna run now? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The joint where it's a young girl. You know what I'm saying? And bro, these are topics that at that time, you know what I'm saying? It's like people wasn't speaking on the alarm clock. Yo, you broke down that shit. Yo, I don't want to turn that into this, bro, because we know who you the fuck are. You know what I'm saying? But
Thanks, brother.
you always go back to what you know. You always go back to what that hunger started from. You know what I'm saying? I can still go back to, you know, the Nas shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
just find, and you could always rewind and find what you did. Like, damn, yo, I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. So it's just like on my journey, I know there's a million joints being dropped right now. And the
Crazy.
universe is going to make me run into the things that I need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say, and you know what I'm saying, we're grown, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say in your workings of hip hop and my workings of hip hop, right here and now, created the reason you would say, "Let me check this Jay Royale guy out." You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all of that, all of my past work is right now is it's on your work desk. Let me
Yeah.
check this. Let me check this dude out in order to have this conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? Let's say before these days and times, let's say you were performing somewhere and I was on the bill. Low key, those artists would be like, "Ah, yo, who's this Wordsworth nigga? Yeah, let me check
Yeah.
him out. So I
Yeah.
know what I have to do to make this motherfucking live show pop." You know what I'm saying?
I
That
agree.
that was the universe putting you on to another MC. So it's like after the show, yo, you killed that shit. Yo, you killed that shit. Nah, yo, I've been checking you out since da 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 da. I know your music. I know what you've been doing. Bro, take my number, bro. And when the time permits, you already know. I know that you're nice. You don't even have to, no matter what happened tonight, you could have dropped the mic, you could have had a volley or something. My nigga, I did my homework on you. The universe put me onto a new MC. So it's like when it's time, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You never know who and when is going to say, "Nah, this kid's nice. I need to talk to him," or I need to spin that. It could be the DJ. You know what I mean? We want to spin that. I'm feeling what the cloth he's cut from is that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've been looking for. And bro, you take advantage of what you can while you can. You know what I'm saying? While it's hot, you get those verses done. You get that music done, or you at least attempt to get the ball rolling, or that snowball moving, even if it doesn't turn into that 12, 12 album, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
nah, yo, we started a single. Yo, let's wrap it up. I'm gonna just put it out there. And then when the motherfuckers gravitate toward it, it's like, yeah, nah, we gotta get back in there and get this thing going. You know what I'm saying?
That
But
I
you'll
wanted.
never know.
I'm thinking like, man, because we've been here and we've seen it. We've had to kind
Hmm.
of stand the test of time with a lot of it. What moment gave you that patience to say, okay, I'm gonna keep going? Because there's some moments when the way the game has changed and evolved, we've been
Yeah,
here, but not everybody cared about us being here. So you got to kind of
yeah.
like find a way to pivot and do something until people come back to caring what you did, or put out music and stay prolific. When was that point that you was like, all right, people care about what Jay Royale is putting out? Was it always like that? Or you feel like that?
Nah,
Okay.
nah. It was the people. It was the people that I cared about that didn't care and gave me the nay that this won't work, that won't work, because you're not following the rules. Are you afraid of this, or are you afraid of that? Too many features. Why you from Baltimore? Why are the New York features, bro? Why, you know what I'm saying? It was the naysayers, and then it was me actually jumping the hurdle and then slapping them in the face like, "I so you was right." You know what I'm saying? All right, so maybe you was right. That's what gave me that. Yo, I have a vision, and I'm standing on my vision. It's mine. It's my vision. I want my mistakes to be mine. I
Yep.
want my accomplishments to be, the people that contributed. You know what I'm saying? But I need you to know that it's an energy. Whether the people take to it 20 years later, if I did my due diligence to get that energy out there, it's gonna find its home, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I learned that patience, that it's not gonna happen overnight. Stick to your guns. I've seen the climate of hip hop change so many times. And well, you need a jingle, you need the hit, you need the this, you need the that. Bro, we were kids chasing something that we didn't even know what was behind that door, bro. We didn't even know what was behind the door of getting a deal. We just knew that the niggas that we saw um uh uh winning, had one. I gotta have a deal. I gotta, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I gotta do it this way. I gotta do it that way. Just and motherfuckers open that door, and once they got through it, now you hear these truths that are coming out, or what they're deeming as the truth, or the sacrifices that they had to do. So it's just like,
Yeah.
bro, I broke all the rules. I never stick to the format. I never, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, bro, if that's what you're doing, I'm comfortable with being with this small crew of niggas that believe in what we're doing.
Man,
You know
comfortable
what
for
I'm saying?
real. Real.
Very comfortable. And now it's like I've seen the guys that conformed. I've seen the guys that, that followed all the rules and didn't get 2 cents out of any of that. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, as it's just it goes back to the cliche saying you either gonna stand for something or you gonna fall for anything. I just didn't fall for anything. So it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that's really my outlook on just staying patient and being able to, and the independent shit was just being able to pay for your own mistakes. I didn't want to be on somebody else's time or playing with somebody else's money, because if it failed, anything Jay Royale falls on Jay Royale. You know what I'm saying? My
Yeah.
producer, my fulfilling orders that go out through the Bandcamp and all that. Bro, where's my order? I ordered your music. I ordered your this. Where
Yeah.
is this? Where is everything that I ordered? And it's just like, bro, I'll take care of everything. Just give me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm a human being too. And it's not an excuse. That's me owning up to saying, bro, this is what I asked for. And I promise I will iron it all out, because it's all on me. It's not somebody else's mistake. It's not somebody else's money that we playing with. It's all on us. So you know what I'm saying. Let us adhere to it. And I think as men, you know what I'm saying, that's the way to go. Just on some shit like, you ain't about to put me in no outfit. You ain't about to put me in no uniform. You're not about to put me in a situation that I don't feel comfortable in as a man. You see how the actors and what they had to go through to wear the dress just to appease that audience. Nah, bro, I'm gonna do what I know I could do for the audience that I know they know. You know what I'm saying? It's a
So
community.
so I would ask you, like you said, the audience you know, and then there's people that may not know you as well. What are three
Yeah.
pieces of your work you suggest people to check out? Like, what
Um.
song? It could be a song, album, whatever. It could be anything that you say, hey, check these three things
What?
out.
Yeah. It's a series of albums. I did a trilogy. It's the Ivory Stoop, the Baltimore Housing Project, and Criminal Discourse. That would be Jay Royale's origin, more or less. But you know me working with Havoc, with man, that was supposed to turn into, bro, like, at that point in time, I could have said, like, all right, hip hop, I've done what I came to do. Stood next to the giant. We did what we did, and we got 2 joints out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that really yeah, Havoc, the Wise and Lock Kid was amazing to me. Cool
Yeah,
G
I listened
Rap,
to that today.
standing next to G Rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Styles P, Sky Zoo, bro. Sky Zoo. Yo, the list goes on,
This
man.
this is
And
why y'all, if y'all hear all these joints he's rhyming with people, that's why I say he's like a collab killer. He gets with these greats and he comes on and he shines. And it's like, yo, you
I
get
show up, I
you
show
get a
up,
new
I
fan.
show up.
Yeah, you show up and
Yes.
we become new
Yeah,
fans.
yeah,
Um
man, I love
so
that.
so so those are three joints there with with a couple of different artists. What's your so let's give everybody a social media where to find you on here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Jay Royale. You know what I'm saying? Jay Royale. That's the Instagram. You can find the Facebook. I rather the Instagram, because it's a thing now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Jay Royale, the Instagram. JRoyale.com. It's right there in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's where to go for the merch. Um, we're about to drop Woes of the Creator. You know, we're gearing up to do that. We got all our cameras set up. We about to drop. We about to jump out there. The snow goons, they really are the battery. That's, they promote my shit. They put that shit
Shout
on
to
a
Man
different
New,
level.
man. Shout to Man
Shout out,
New.
oh my gosh, yo, they saved my life, bro. I got a mirror in Germany, like crazy.
Man New, when
Oh my
we
goodness.
first started touring, this was 2001.
Yeah,
When we first started touring 2001 and everything, Manu was actually EMC's tour driver.
yes, yup,
And then,
yeah,
a lot of us would go over there and then he would have his own product already have Snow Goon stuff. And
yup.
DJ
Still
Illegal,
thriving.
DJ
Yup,
Illegal.
DJ Illegal. My
So
God. Yup, yeah.
it's dope to see that he's still in it, but took it to a whole nother level with having
A
the
whole
Snow Goon
man,
store,
a
the toys.
store, did everything, bro.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
eventually I was thinking about, man, maybe doing a Snow Goons Wordsworth album. I just probably might want to just have that in my catalog. I was always thinking about that too. So
bro,
yeah,
why
man,
not,
it's dope
bro?
hearing you with the Snow Goons, and
Yeah, man.
shout out to
They
them.
are they
So
are
that's
super
next up?
hip hop heads. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's next up. Woes of the Creator. You know what I'm
Rose
saying?
and
All of
Cream.
the videos up and Woes of the Creator is like a mental health trip because you know what I'm saying? A lot of my albums they're real street savvy. So it's like with this joint, Woes of the Creator, it's just like, everybody glorifies, the artist and you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we love that, we hate that, yo, you
Yeah,
got killed on this track, you did this, then the third, but it's just like, yo, what are the woes that, just this whole interview is kind of like,
I was
what
gonna
are the
say that.
woes?
I was gonna
What
say
are
on,
the woes of the creator? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
listen to you describe what you go
yeah.
through, right,
Exactly. And the average man, I can honestly tell you, know what I'm saying? The average man that we all can relate to this, whether, whatever it is you're into. It's just everyday shit that weighs heavy. You know what I'm saying? And just to do something that you love. You know what I'm saying? We don't love going to work, but going to work may fund what it is you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Buying those basketball
Yo,
shoes
I tell
so you
people
can
all the
get out
time,
there and
brother.
run
I'm
ball,
like,
whatever.
I tell
Yeah.
them like, yo, man, you got to find good distractions.
Hmm.
Find some good distraction. Like, like you said, it may not want to be that job, but it's a good distraction to
Yeah.
keep you from worrying about all the other stuff. Cause you could be there
Exactly.
making money, planning other things. You,
Yeah.
you know, you it'll might infuse you to be like, let me get this job done so I can take that
Yeah.
and go fund that, like you said.
And on
Um,
the flip side, idle time is the devil's plaything, bro.
yeah,
And
man.
when you in these streets, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's like the streets have not skipped a beat. I don't care what people say about, fixing the streets and that the ghetto is still the ghetto.
Yeah.
People, the guns are still going off. You know what I'm saying?
And
Whatever the
that's a
reason.
generational thing, like our
Exactly.
parents, the parent, that stuff it may have changed its form of how it looks in some shape, form, or fashion, but it's still the same,
Hmm.
things going on, man. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. But brother, man, I
Everything.
really appreciate having you on here, man. Like,
Bro,
one of my
talking to
favorite
you is
lyricists, one of my
legendary,
favorite,
bro.
currently, one of my favorite lyricists out there putting it together, man. Y'all got to make sure y'all check Jay Royale. And it's the style, man. When he come on the track,
Badge of
and the
honor, bro.
wording, the voice,
That's
it's everything
crazy.
that he's able to put it
Crazy.
together out there, man. So make sure,
Thank
like
you.
I got on here, y'all see it. That's his Instagram, that's his Bandcamp right there.
Yeah.
It's on the
Yeah.
thing. And for those that heard him say it, just in case you driving around listening to it, yo, like I say, thank you again, sir. And to everybody out there, I'd like to ask y'all, what are your words worth, y'all?
There you
Peace.
go. Bless your heart, King.